Hey everyone, I just realized that I was wrong. What was I wrong about? That we had two emergency funds. It's actually two different types, two different names. So we have a rainy day fund and we have an emergency fund. So a rainy day fund is similar to the emergency fund, however, it's not as large. So what we can think about this is, a rainy day fund is for expected, unplanned emergencies. So say your car's got 200,000 miles on it. Yeah, you're expecting something's gonna happen relatively soon and you got money set aside for that. Or your refrigerator's 10 years old, you got money set aside for it. You don't want that to happen. You don't want your refrigerator or anything to go down. However, you know what's gonna happen at some point. So that's what a rainy day fund is for. So let's go into detail about our rainy day fund. So our rainy day fund is for unplanned but expected expenses. Like I said, your car's got some age on it, your appliances got some age on it, you want money to help you through that so you don't have to dip into your credit card, because obviously if you gotta use your credit card, that's setting yourself up for failure. So how much money are we putting in this rainy day fund? Well, it's gonna be a lot less than your emergency fund. Generally, I guess the ballpark number is around $1,000. For some people, you might only be able to get $500. For other people, you might be looking more toward $2,000. Whatever you feel comfortable with, whatever your situation allows you to save, whatever your situation, whatever you're expecting to end up paying out, you want to be prepared for that. So the benefit to having this rainy day fund is you can accept bumps in the road, unexpected problems, and you don't have to go into debt. You don't have to go further into debt. So what's the benefit of the rainy day fund? It gives you peace of mind when anything unexpected happens. Unexpected but small. Now let's go into the emergency fund. We've already talked about this a little bit. I want to go into more detail about it. So emergency fund, this is the one that is for unexpected expenses. So say you lose your job, you end up hospitalized, you're in the hospital for days, major life happens, right? And this is what this fund is for. This is to help you out of this without incurring more debt. So again, what we talked about before, your emergency fund should be 3 to 6 months worth of your living expenses. So that's your bills, your mortgage, your groceries, your car insurance, your car payment, obviously, all your expenses that you would naturally incur within a month, you multiply that by 3 or by 6. And if you got insurance, car insurance coming out every 6 months, make sure you add that to it, because you would hate for you to lose a job 4 months into your premium and then you have to dish out this premium 2 months after you lost your job or something like that. So again, your emergency fund is there for large unexpected issues to give you financial peace of mind, and you don't have to incur more debt. You don't have to go bankrupt or lose a lot of things. You don't want to lose your house because you lost your job. That's a double whammy, and you don't want to go down that road because that's going to be a long road to try and get out of. All right, so now that we know the difference between the two funds, which one do we go and build first? In my opinion, I'm going to tell you to go and build the rainy day fund first. And that's because 3 to 6 months worth of a living expenses is astronomical amount of money for somebody that's living paycheck to paycheck. It's unrealistic to expect you're going to get that kind of money before something happens, right? So you go ahead and start setting aside a little bit of money every paycheck. You end up getting $500, $1,000, $2,000 saved up. Well, you got your rainy day fund. All right, so that's great. You're good there. And now you can go on to paying off debt or building up your 3 to 6 months emergency fund. So just make sure when you're building these funds, you realize it's going to take a while. It's not going to happen overnight. You're probably going to have to change a lot of things in your personal life, your habits, in order to build these funds. But you want to set realistic goals. You want to automate your savings and cut out any unnecessary expenses that you keep incurring week over week, month over month. all that will help out in creating your rainy day fund and then your emergency fund. All right, so again, your rainy day fund, smaller, easier to access. Your emergency fund is larger, take you a little bit longer to make, but it should be harder to access than your rainy day fund, and you should only use it on top priority major events. I'd like to see in the comments section below if you guys have any useful tips or how you ended up saving up your emergency fund or your rainy day fund. Let everybody know, share your experiences. And check out our other videos. You'll see more helpful tips on how to get your emergency fund built up quickly and where to store it. Because obviously if we got money sitting around, we need to know where to store it, where we can get our best bang for our buck.